Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What should you do as a young Muslim or Sufi aspirant, young person interested in Tasawwuf and so on? Inshallah, I want to give some guidance because I remember with my sheikh, he always criticized everything in the West for just being astray. And then I kind of told him that, but if you think that everything is astray, why don't you take time to guide us then? Because nobody from the old Muslim world want to guide us, then we will run around in the internet trying to find knowledge and so on. So treat others like you want to be treated. Therefore, okay, since I criticize a lot of these so-called Western guides, I will try to give some guidance myself, inshallah. So for young men, you need to only focus on 4 things. That's it, 4 things. This is how simple it is. And if you do these 4 things, you will notice that your life around you is going to be better. You're going to notice a positive effect in your life, and you will probably even have physical evidence in your surrounding that, hey, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding me. Hey, I am on the Siratul Mustaqim, the right path. Number 1, do your prayers. 5 daily prayers. I didn't say 4, I didn't say 3, I said 5. If you cannot do them all at once, repay your debt. So that, for example, during the evening before you go to that bed, you have prayed all your 5 prayers. How do you pray? There are many videos out there on how to pray. I am sure, alhamdulillah, you can watch any of those videos from a mufti or a scholar or even the Salafi people. I am very sure that they can show you the basics of how to pray. Okay? That's number 1. Simple. If you lose your prayers, you will lose your path. So keep up your 5 daily prayers. I have prayed my 5 daily prayers for I don't know how many, 10, 15 years without missing a single one. Number 2, get educated. Knowledge is mandatory for our Muslims, as Sayyidina Ibrahim Niyas wrote in Ruhul Adab. Allahu A'lam. Today, if you live in the diaspora, you should get educated. Try to get finish schools. If you're young, finish school. If you're watching this, you have some homework, go and do your homework. You watch this, you have homework. Go and do your homework. Okay? Come back when you've done your homework, okay? Finish school, study to your exams. Try to do it, okay? It's enough energy for you to focus on getting your education done. As a primary school, finish it. High school, finish it. University, college, if you can, try to get bachelor or master. If not, you want to do some other kind of job, get educated in it. Go on training for whatever work you want to do. You want to be a security guard, train to be a security guard, etc. Get educated. Education is very important, is fundamental. We need the ummah where people are educated, like they were in the golden days of Islam. So already these 2 big thing for you to focus on, huh? So now all of that energy that you're spending on the stuff that you shouldn't be focused on, all of that energy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you, you are spending it all over social media and doing things that you shouldn't do. Now let's take it back and do things that you should do. Number 3, no crime. Don't do crime. Don't follow the criminals. Huh? Muslim, I'm telling you, stay away from those bad people. You know who they are. You cannot say, I just happen to. No. Stay away from crime and stay away from the criminals. It is sunnah to respect the laws of the country where you live. Criminals, the worst criminals, they are actually bad people. Maybe not you if you have gone to the wrong path, but some of the worst criminals are really bad people. Okay? Stay away from that. Stay away from the gangs. Focus on your education and your prayer instead. Don't go to those gangs and this bad stuff. Okay? And many Muslims live in the West. They live in the neighborhoods and so on. They are very drawn into this kind of gangster lifestyle. Leave all that. Come back to the education. Not saying that as a Muslim or something like that, you cannot make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and God is the most forgiving. Allah is forgiving, and so on. We all make mistakes. And there is a lot of racism in society that targets Muslims and paints us as the criminals. But still, try your best to stay away from crime. And number 4, avoid this woke culture. You know what is the young people speaking up to elders and coming and writing stuff in my comment section, making yourself equal to me in knowledge, and these kinds of woke behaviors that doesn't respect tradition, doesn't respect elders. Let go of all of that. All of the woke values and this political correctness and all of that, it's satanic, and it comes from a satanic source. Stay away from that. It's this simple. This is what you need to focus on. This scholarly stuff, watching Islamic content, Muhammad Hijab, Mufti Menk, Hamza Yusuf, these people, it can be good if you want to learn something like a prayer. You want to learn what taqwa means, and then you see Mufti Menk's video, he shows you what is taqwa. Okay, it can be good. But 9 out of 10 times you probably don't need to be busy with that. You just need to focus on your prayers and get educated and stay away from the negative stuff. That's simple. Okay? And for our women, the same thing. 5 prayers. Do your prayers, even as a woman. You get educated. When you are educated as a woman, you can teach the children later. And drop the feminist stuff. Feminism is a doctrine from Shaitan to break the family. And as you see in these end times, you are going to see that the Western families are going to be more and more broken up, and the population is going to decline because you are not going to have more children, and many women become lesbian, and there's a lot of fitna right now between men and women. But you as a Muslimah and Muslimun, stay away from that. We are family values. And since the Muslim world has to keep on increasing its population, we have to marry. Men and women have to marry. We have to get along. We have to have children and long-term relationships. We are not going to have long-term relationships if all the Muslims are getting indoctrinated with feminism to all the time create fitna with their husband. So leave those ideologies. And also study holy women. Study the Ahlul Bayt, for example, Hazrati Khadija or Aisha. Study this, the wives of the saints, and learn what it means to be a Muslimah and a female Muslim, and what is their role in the tradition and in the Sunnah and in the family values, because you have a very important role to play as a woman. You teach the younger generation, but your role is not to compete or try to be better than your husband at being a husband. And those ideologies come from the shaitan. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. So these are some very practical things that is good for you as young people to focus on. When it comes to older people, I don't have any permission to spiritually guide the people who are elder than me. You have to know your place in this deen and not overstep your boundaries, inshallah. So you're gonna notice I will give one mystical teaching, how your energy is being spent. Your energy, your attention is being taken by shaitan and different algorithms to people that the algorithms promote. Now, who own YouTube? Google. Who own all of these? You know, YouTube algorithm is not random. It promotes certain people with certain agendas very intentionally, and it wants to draw your attention there. Now, you live in the West. You don't have to be a perfect Muslim. There's no such thing as a perfect Muslim. If you think you're a perfect Muslim, that's your ego. So you have to blend in to a certain degree. You will watch all of that stuff, but try to focus on the stuff that is important in your life, and that is your prayer and your education. And later, when you're educated, somehow to work in a way that feels also good for you. Not doing slave labor for, people with colonial mentality and those kinds of things. So hopefully this was helpful. Allah knows best. Allahu alam. Assalamu alaikum.